In the last blog, you'll see how quiet the islands are from the complete lack of tourism. In this blog, you'll see that hasn't really changed, but there are still crowds around. So the last place you want to be in a pandemic is travelling on all the buses and going to some of the local hospitals. We have a medical emergency and several other medical problems, and find that social distancing and self-isolation is not really very easy, as you will see.
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me, we're family. Sing ho, hey, along for the ride. Ho, hey, I'll stay by.
Hey, so we've come to Palma again to see. There's not many people around, as you can see, but that's the story of our lives at the moment. But yeah, beautiful city. And behind us you can see the cathedral.
Middle of like this beautiful architectural Gothic place, I found this graffiti saying "the future is ours" and then an anarchy symbol. It's very, very hot.
Yeah.
Can't wait for when we sit down in a cafe after this long walk.
Most amazing bookshop. The only problem is trying to find anything. I think this is one of those places that you think it could really do with a good sort out, but I think it's just got beyond that now, and you just kind of give up. I imagine if I had this bookshop, I think I'll just give up trying to sort the place out. Meanwhile, back on the boat, we had an emergency that required medical treatment. We're going to go and check it out, okay? You need to look after Diary, getting dressed and
My foot got cut by the winch, and so I had to go to the doctors. But at first we went to the small doctors. Then they said you have to go to the big doctors. Yeah, the hospital in Palma.
So we're at the main hospital in Palma. Yewan's obviously one of these kids who has no concept of danger, and this is the third hospital we've been to in a year in Spain.
So we got to the second hospital now, the one in Palma, the main one. And yeah, it's massive, not many people. But we're just waiting to see the doctor now, and he'll probably need to put a few stitches in. And then we'll be able to go back. So pretty good. There's Yewan. How are you doing, Yewan?
Well, not that good. The bandage is actually quite itchy.
What do you think of the hospital?
It's really clean.
And what was the journey like to get here? Is it a long journey?
2 buses.
2 buses.
And I didn't walk. Because I had my foot.
Okay, it's all done now. Do you want to say what it felt like? Did it hurt? A lot? You're so brave.
And it's a very comfortable bandage.
Good.
It's fluffy.
Good. See the fluffy bandage? Wow, it's big.
It hurt.
It hurts, does it?
Well, not it hurt. And now it's better.
Yeah, they were really good
And the
actually.
bandage is very comfortable.
Yeah, the bandage is huge, isn't it? Yeah.
It looks very big. Makes your foot look huge.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, the nurses and the doctor, they were really good. They had to sort of attend to someone else who was a bit more urgent in that time, which is why it took so long. But then they did 3 stitches in the end, didn't he? And you had,
And then didn't one fall off?
no, but he had to do, in the end he put some more anaesthetic on because it was going to be too painful. And we've got to come back in 5 days to get it checked, but the stitches themselves will just dissolve. But we're coming back anyway to get a checkup, and we got some antibiotics, and I managed to get another bit of antibiotic. Hopefully I can get 2 bottles. We've got some on the boat as well, just in case.
It's really clean, and at a time when the UK government have advised people not to travel to the Balearics, I honestly can't see why. The rate of infection is really low. The hospital is definitely not overrun. It's quiet around here. It's like a kind of Sunday afternoon stroll in the park, really. There's medical staff just sat around looking bored. But yeah, it's really professional, really clean, really modern. And the 4 hours that I've been sat outside, I've seen a couple of ambulances turn up at the adult emergency section. No, ambulances are all in the paediatric section.
Okay, so we got the prescription of antibiotics. It was only $1.25. I don't know whether it's subsidised or whether that's how much it is, but that's good because antibiotics are good to have on board. Here we are coming back, Yewan on Dad's shoulders and Dad carrying 2 packs of beer. Get your priorities right. Uh-oh. So what have you found there, Woody?
I don't know, I think they're lice eggs, but I can't see any lice. But we can see the little sort of greyish black dots.
This is a kit that my mum got actually for the kids, and you get this stuff, these little microscopes, pocket microscope, really good to have on the boat. So we've just cut off some bits of hair that have got those black things on, and they definitely look like head lice eggs. So yeah, we need to kind of start combing through and trying to get rid of them then. And Yewan's got them too, so both Darroch and Yewan have got head lice. They're not harmful, and it's got nothing to do with having dirty bed sheets or anything, or boat or anything. It's just they just like to live in people's hair. They have a kind of relationship. They feed off you. You don't get anything out of it though, apart from the fact that you have pets. But it's pretty disgusting just the thought of it, really.
So we've just found out that we have a nit infestation in all of our hair. We found a live nit in Mum's hair and mine.
This week seems to be a lot about health. We've got a lot of things going on. We've got Yewan with his toe, we've got Darroch with his ears. For quite a few days now, Darroch has had a very painful ear. We think moisture's got in and it's caused something called swimmer's ear. That's what we researched on the internet. It's really bad because he can't even do his chemistry at the moment.
When you touch it, it really hurts. When you don't touch it, it starts throbbing.
We've found a home remedy, because this is what you have to do when you're on a boat. The vinegar prevents any growth of bacteria, and the alcohol, the sort of rubbing alcohol they call it, hopefully that's supposed to evaporate and take the moisture with it. But I think he might do his chemistry now.
Can you manage homeschooling now?
I can't hear it out of this ear, but I can, yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Homeschooling now?
So this is what we got from the chemist. 3 drops 3 times a day. I've tried to translate some of it, but yeah, it's just basically to get rid of any possible infection, hopefully. Yeah, it is really hot and we shouldn't be complaining about the heat, but it's a real problem when one can't swim because they've got stitches in their foot and the other can't swim because they've got swimmer's ear. It's like an outer infection of the ear, that's what it is. And that's what we think it is anyway. Can you go swimming? No.
Not with this ear.
Okay, so an update on the health situation on our boat. We need to get to the hospital tomorrow for Yewan to check up on his stitches to see whether they have healed nicely and whether we're ready to take that bandage off. I think he'd be happy to be walking again. We also need to, so we're going closer to Palma. We're basically heading round this peninsula here, closer to Palma, so we're closer to get the bus to get to the hospital.
Like they said in 5 days you have to check your foot and you're not allowed to go swimming, you're not allowed to get it sandy, wet or anything else.
Well, I'm going to the doctors to check my foot. It's not like anything weird, they're not going to do anything, they're just going to check if it's infected. I hope it's not because we drank, I had to have some disinfectants to make it not infected, so, but it did get a bit wet and a bit sandy, but yeah, I'm hoping it wouldn't get infected.
Okay, we're off to the hospital to have Yewan's check on his foot.
That's driving!
Yes, he's driving.
So we had to run to a bus, took a long time. Then we waited in the waiting room, what took like about 2 hours. They checked it, they said it's alright. So basically all they did is, it's alright, and then put some stuff on and said you can go. Right now we're on a bus going back home.
So Grandad had a little fall a few days ago and hurt his arm because he got it caught. Because he's been on the boat and it's time to get off the boat. He wants to get off the boat, don't you?
Yep.
So we're going to try and see how we could safely do it because he can't pull himself up by one of his arms. So he's only got one arm that's in good use. And he's also not got very good knees. So he's doing all right other than that. He's had a knee operation, which makes it difficult for him to push up with his knees. So we're trying to think of a way that he could safely get on and off the dinghy without hurting himself more, really, and preferably without falling in. If we held you under there and pulled up, would it hurt, do you think? In case he does fall in, we definitely want him to have this life jacket on so that he won't sink. Would you be able to pull yourself up with one arm? Because I don't know how much weight you can put on your knees. If we need to then pull him out, we need something to grip onto him. So with this life jacket, it's an integrated harness, so we can clip something on there, and if worst case scenario, we could hoist him out. So we attach it on the front then? So that's the plan today.
That's all right.
That's all right. Okay, that's it. Anything hurt there? But now we need to practice getting back on the boat. That's the next challenge.
I'm just going to sink down the wheel. Oh, that's it. That was easy. Yeah.
Right, the net situation, the lice, the head lice. Yeah, we've been combing every day, and I think we've cleared up most of them, but there's still a few of them around. So we're just we're working on those. And then Friday we have to get back to the optician here to get Yewan his new glasses that he has had ordered because he needed a bigger pair. The other two have had their eyes checked too, and they are fine. So apart from medical emergencies, there's always the daily threat of other people's anchoring mistakes. What happened?
They've got engine problems here. I think they lifted their anchor and then their engine cut out, so they're drifting back on Nels, and Nels couldn't release any more chain because they got and then they've got an anchor caught around a rock. Nels couldn't move.
Did you report any damage to Nels?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I think so. I've got my mask.
That'll do.
That will work.
Yeah.
That's fine.
He's sunbathing.
Today we've got Nick on Nous having a go on our Oppie, and Rowan is on a safety cover.
So, I've got questions part in my head. I've got school a tiny bit in my head. I've got when you come back in my head. And now I've got George in my head. When am I going to play with George? And now I'm just...
Is that why you can't do schooling?
Mm-hmm.
Questions taking up a bigger part of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're having traditional cottage pie. It's really hot, but we're having it anyway because we really do need to show our friends what a traditional English meal is like. So as you can see, accidents and emergencies do happen on boats, as they do anywhere else. I guess we were lucky that these emergencies happened in Spain, who have a reciprocal agreement with UK citizens, and you can get free emergency medical health care, which is excellent. It does leave us wondering and worrying what will happen post-Brexit, and also when we actually leave Europe and head further afield, how we're going to sort out medical care. We are trying to sort out our medical kits, but it's not easy getting prescription drugs. Then you're left to try and kind of get it where you can and from who. So that's what we're kind of trying to do now. We'll be ready to start cruising again and not worrying about too many health issues soon.
Apart from the coronavirus.
Yeah, apart from the coronavirus, of course. That's just the only thing now. Yeah, it's just the virus now. One big health issue for everyone.
So we just realised we had nits in our hair. So what do we have? Nits, 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 nits. Nits, 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 nits.
Boy, yeah. Wait, slacken off a bit. You need to loosen. Yeah, a bit. I've got double lumps of hair.
Thanks for watching, and especially thanks to our patrons who make these videos possible. If you would like to contribute towards the creation of these videos, then follow the description in the link below. So we would really love to hear from you. If you want to leave comments, you can go to the Facebook page, Instagram, or even the Patreon page and leave comments there. And don't forget to subscribe.
And if you want to do it, do it.
Right.